Today we're making cheese pierogies. This is an old Polish recipe I got from my neighbor's grandmother. Lots of people like potato. We're making cheese today with dry cottage cheese. Dean's used to make it. Now you have to go to a Polish neighborhood deli that might have it. Our local deli gets theirs from Detroit. So here we go. Our recipe calls for 24 pierogies. I don't know if I necessarily buy that based on what we're going to do today, but we'll see how far we get. My assistant Andrew is going to help me here, and we're going to put 2 cups. We're making the dough right now, so we'll start with 2 cups of that. And Andrew, of course, washed his hands, I'm sure, in this bowl here. And I will help him. We're going to do 1 egg. 1 egg in there also. Just put that there. We're going to use half a cup of warm water. You got your 2 cups in there? Yep. All right, we're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Got the half a cup warm water. We already got a spoon. And then this is kind of my little additive to the dough. We're going to put some sour cream in here. And we'll probably just put about 1 scoop of sour cream, maybe 1.5 scoops there. Okay? So that's what we're going to do for the dough. Andrew's putting the last of the vegetable oil. We're gonna put that in there, and we're gonna start mixing it up. Alright, start mixing that a little more with your hands, Andrew. While Andrew's mixing that, I'm going to next we're gonna actually make 2 types of pierogies, and this is different for the family here because I like onions in mine. And they don't in theirs. So we got about just a little over a pound of dry curd cottage cheese in 1 bowl. And this one's about 1 1/4 here. And this, so we'll just put this in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the process for the onion one. We're going to obviously cut an onion here. So we're going to grab a frying pan here. Probably go with about half a stick of butter. And these, no one said pierogies were healthy. So we're going to go about half a stick of butter in the frying pan. And then we're going to cut this onion up here into little tiny pieces. We are going to in fact take this, put it in here into a food chopper. So we're going to go in here, put this in like so. We're going to chop this up. That's about what we want right there. Proportionate, probably about half the size of the cheese. Okay, now we're going to throw this on the stove over here. We're going to saute these onions. So we'll cook this up here. So here we go. This is back to the normal cheese here. We're going to add a little bit of cinnamon in it to give it some flavor. And then we're going to take an egg. I'm going to grab an egg. Oh, we got one right here. Take an egg in the cheese. We're going to put that in there like so. And we're going to mix this up. Go ahead, Andrew, stir that up real good. It's so funny. Nothing. All right, next we're going to work on the dough here. So what happens when it's so sticky? I'm going to add a little bit of flour to it so you can start working it. All right, so here we got some dough. All right, so our dough here is pretty consistent, starting to look a little better. We're gonna knead it together. Some people actually chill their dough for 30 minutes, but we're just gonna go right into this because we think we can get a good batch here. And I'm gonna show you two ways. I'm gonna show you the old school Polish way, and I'm gonna show you the 2014 cheater way, because we got some tools here that obviously help us. So we're gonna roll this out into a nice big circle, because we're gonna get 24 potentially out of this. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our knife and we're gonna cut a circle, and this would be pretty much what you want to do. Notice it shrinks up. That's all right, because we're going to roll this out from there. So this is how you make just a regular cut circle, and we're going to do this 24 times with this dough. You can obviously spread it out and keep making circles, but you want to get 24. Now we're going to take the dough and roll it out again, and you just keep using the same dough over and over in scraps. Now we have this little pierogi maker tool. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stick it in here like so, cut a circle, pull it out. Now this is pretty thick, so we might not want it that thick. And what you do is you can take it then and roll it into a bigger circle, like so. Okay, so that makes it pretty good thickness for a pierogi. Now what's cool about this little tool is then you set it in here like so, and you're gonna have some overlap, which is okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the cinnamon cheese. We're gonna put a generous scoop right here in the middle like so. Okay, and that's about a good amount. And then we got this little cup of water. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our finger and we're gonna put it around the outside, because this is like our glue to make it stick together. Okay, and then what we do is we close it up, squeeze it tight, pull the scrap off, and you have yourself a perfect looking manufactured pierogi. Okay, now back to our pre-cut without the tool. Get the dough back out, shrunk a little bit. We're gonna roll it out a little bit like this. And this is the old school Polish way. And then we're gonna take our spoon again, a little bit of cinnamon here, cinnamon cheese. And then we're still gonna use our technique here with the water and the adhesive kind of glue. There's no glue, but it's the water, makes the dough stick. Like that. And then what you do is you pack it in like so, fold it over, smash it down, make sure the ends stick, do a little trim. You can do a little trim here to make it, put that dough back in the mix. Okay, so here's what we have for the good old-fashioned cheese cinnamon pierogi. So here we've sauteed our onions and butter, and we're gonna put this in the cheese here. Obviously the butter goes in too. And then we're gonna take our spoon here. We're gonna mix this up. In this we don't really necessarily need to put an egg in, because we got the butter. And the reason for the egg or the butter is to kind of loosen up the cheese so it's not so clumpy. This is my favorite, definitely, with the onion, and it gives it a good taste. The kids, they like the cinnamon. So here are our, we made 38 pierogies total. We needed to make roughly another half batch of dough to get the 38 to finish up the cheese. We made them pretty big, they're pretty thick, and quite a bit of cheese inside, which is the way we like them. Typically you'd make them thinner, less cheese, and you can make more. So here we go. What we're going to do is we're actually going to put some of these in the freezer, chill them up. These are the ones with the onion. Sit them in there for now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring these over here. We got the waters now officially boiling. So we're going to turn on, we got just water in the pan. And here we've used some vegetable oil. We're going to crank this up a little bit. And we're going to boil and then fry them. And here's the key to boiling, is you actually, you know, a good strainer is pretty good, but you stick them in and they sink. And what you want to do is, in order to tell that they're done, they'll start floating. And the key is not to overcook them. This is purely to mend the dough together, get it a little bit cooked, so then when you put it in the frying pan it doesn't fall apart. So as soon as they start floating, it means they are done and ready to go into the frying pan. And they'll actually probably maybe take roughly a minute or so, and you can already see some of them are actually starting to float. We're going to do that. Now I use a strainer. Usually you could bring them out, set them down, but then they're sticky, so I like to go right from the boiling water into the frying pan. And as you can imagine, it's gonna sizzle up a little bit, so we make your kitchen a little messy. So here we go. We're gonna take this one out here, make sure we get as much water off as we can. And it's gonna go in to the frying. I'm gonna turn the heat down just a smidge. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some pepper, put some pepper on it. I like pepper on mine. As you can see, we're making a little bit of a mess that the wife won't like. So this is how you put the pierogies together and put them in. We'll show you the final product here in just a few moments. So here they're cooking. You can pan fry them, or you can actually put them in a deep fryer, which is easy, and they usually do at the Polish festivals. So here's the final product of the pierogies. If you don't want to make that many, you can actually freeze them in a bag and fry them up later on. Happy cooking.